July 17th, 2014. Guys, it went from bad to worse. After the overnight incursion through the tunnels by Hamas, I knew there would be no more ceasefire. But what's happening, and I'll kind of go through the morning, it says IDF troops and the terrorists are exchanging fire in Khan Yunis. That's in Gaza. It says Netanyahu and Yahalan instruct IDF to be prepared to expand the operation. The operation started with heavy artillery fire at northern Gaza. It says the IDF is going to call up 18,000 more reservists tonight. And remember, yesterday they called up 8,000. Now, if you look at the area, you've got the ocean on one side and Israel on the other side. Your southern border in Gaza is Egypt. And I know there's not a lot of places to go, but the government there in Gaza, the Palestinian government, has allowed Hamas to flourish, and now it's coming back on them. It says the infantry, armored engineering, artillery, and intelligent troops are working in cooperation by sea and air with assistance from Shin Bet and other security forces and led by the Southern Command. It says IAF, meanwhile, continued airstrikes in Gaza, hitting 11 targets. The Netanyahu now has instructed the IDF to begin ground operations in order to attack the terror tunnels. They're going to push them into the sea. They're saying that the Brigadier General Monty almost said the operation will continue in conjunction with continuous situation assessments by the IDF General Staff. Now, I'm not sure if I believe that it says that a military spokesman said Israel was not out to try to topple the dominant Hamas Islamic group. Such a goal would entail a move into a densely populated Gaza City where urban warfare could prove costly. They are in Khan Yunis, guys. Look how deep into the territory that is in the yellow area. Said the operation is open-ended. We will be striking the infrastructure. We will be striking the operatives in order to safeguard the civilians of the state of Israel, especially issues to do with the tunneling. That was exemplified earlier today. And you saw it in the Air Force strike on the tunnels. But guys, again, they're talking about moving in all the way to the beaches of Gaza. Now, I don't know if they're going to stay here in the southern Gaza area, and you can see the airport, Rafah, the Gush Katif block, Khan Yunis, and again, the Mediterranean Sea is lined with Israeli defenses. But you can see again here on the map, it says the ground operation began with heavy artillery shelling of Beit Hanan and Beit Lahia. 3 people have been killed in an artillery attack, including a child. The Army fired numerous flares to light up the night sky over the Strip, and IAF increased its aerial strike. While attack helicopters were circling the northern Gaza sky, the Navy fired several shells from the sea. It says tanks then entered the Strip, started firing at terror targets. Like I said, this is already a ground war in the cities. As a result of fighting, the power in the Strip is going out and on at different stages. Out of 10 power lines in Gaza, 2 went dark 2 days ago and 4 went dark tonight. The IDF was planning to take over areas in the Strip and work to locate and destroy the terror targets in these areas. Now, the Army also prepared additional stages of operation. This is what I was talking about, including getting all the way to the Gaza beach. That's a full east-west sweep, guys. It says the step is being carried out as a continuation of the objectives achieved so far and to deal a further serious blow to the Hamas terrorist organization. Residents living near the Gaza border have been instructed to enter bomb shelters and safe rooms as a heavy barrage of rockets was fired at southern and central Israel. I think they've taken about 100 since the ceasefire was broken. The IDF Home Front Command has taken the necessary steps in all relevant areas, and residents of those areas are called upon to heed defensive instructions as they are issued by the media. So it's going to be a long next 48 hours. We don't know what kind of information we'll be getting out of there, but the order to take action Thursday night received cabinet approval after Israel agreed to an Egyptian proposal for a ceasefire on Tuesday, but Hamas rejected it and continued firing the rockets in the Israeli cities. Nor did Hamas respect the humanitarian ceasefire initiated by the United Nations truce earlier Thursday and continue to fire at Israel during the truce. Says Operation Protective Edge will continue until it has achieved its purpose, restoring quiet to the citizens of Israel for an extended period with significant damage to the infrastructure of Hamas and other terrorist organizations in the Gaza Strip. Says the incursion signal a new stage in the IDF's Operation Protective Edge, which began 10 days ago. It is definitely a new stage, and this is the one we've been worried about for years, because we saw the minor skirmishes. But again, the nations around Israel are not the same they were years ago. They've all fallen into different hands. We've got to watch ISIS. It's a heads up. Be safe.